Good
Okay.
evening, everyone. I'm Stephanie D. Burroughs. This is our show, Speaking with Stephanie, and our topic today is What's Love Got to Do with It? And I'm really excited about having this wonderful, wonderful person with just a phenomenal heart. And her name is Laurie Michelle. Now, Laurie Michelle is originally a resident of New Jersey, but now she's living in Israel and doing some wonderful things. But I have to share a little bit about her in a few moments. Just want to give you a quick couple of updates. And for those of you who may be watching and you don't know who I am, well, I've been around for more than 30 years in the area of government contracting. That is specifically providing opportunities and helping minority women, small veteran business owners overcome their fear, frustration, and confusion, transform that into faith, focus, and clarity in doing business with the government, whether it be federal, local, state, or it could be public agencies. And for some of my clients, it's been corporate contracting as well. So how to navigate the muddy waters of contracting with the federal government and how to get through all of the paperwork process. And in fact, I have something that'll be coming out soon. It'll be all online and I'll tell you more about it in the future. But for right now, I will say this. It's going to cover these 6 areas in government contracting, and that's purpose, planning, process, preparation, paperwork, and promotion. So get ready, get ready, get ready. I'm expecting it to be live in April and definitely by May. You can always catch me on my website, www.stephaniespeaking.com. Again, I want to thank and welcome Sir Charles Carey is on the line. Fabulous. I'm so excited for him being able to find us after we've gone through a few snafus. Even the best laid plans sometimes will just blow up on you. And that's what just happened this evening. So we always, you know me, the grit factor, I'm going to grit my way through. And I also want to let you know, for those of you who want to, have a minute to just chat with me really quickly offline, you've got some issues, some challenges, you want to know how I can help you with that, how I can smooth out those muddy waters of government contracting for you, just hit me on my website right there, homepage. You'll see a place where you can easily schedule an appointment with me right there for a contract connector meeting. Just a real short, brief meeting, no charge to you. So there's a lot going on. I'm going to be sharing some things with you later on. But right now I want to talk about Ms. Laurie Michelle. Let me tell you a little bit about Laurie. She's the president and founder of Running on Love and Inspired to Give LLC. So 2 companies she's running right now. Graduated from right here in Jersey, Fairleigh Dickinson University with a BS degree in economics and finance. And she went on and founded back in 1988 a full-service marketing and communications company called Gateway Creative Group. She's assisted businesses from Fortune 100 to companies to small startups in creating marketing communications, branding, advertising, web presence, and business development and management, doing this for over 25 years. So I feel you. I know that we're in the same place. Thank you, Sir Charles Carey. That in terms of our love and what we want to do and our passion for helping businesses to reach their goals, surpass what one would think is their potential, because we know what we think of as our potential. We really haven't hit the beginning of it yet. We know we can go much further. Sir Charles Carey says, welcome to Running on Love, and I definitely am welcoming him.
Nice to meet you.
I just want to share with you some things as to why Laurie started these 2 new businesses and why she moved on to Israel. And then I'm going to let her take it away. I have a few questions for her. But back in April of 2007, she ran her first marathon. Now, see, that impressed me right there. But she did this for charity as an honor to her father, who had died of cancer in 1985. And she found the experience to be quite compelling. And it was the catalyst of her running several more events for charity to honor other people she loved. But she didn't just keep it to what was important for her. In 2009, life-altering situation occurred. She was suffering from a profound hearing loss that resulted in deafness. Now take this, somebody who is outgoing and gregarious, a person who has built their career on developing relationships and communications, and the knowledge that she was going deaf, having that knowledge has to be overwhelming and devastating, and it was for her. she found extraordinary joy in charitable giving. And in November of '09, she founded Running on Love, which is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. She founded it to inspire individuals to actively support charity in honor of the people they love. And I'm definitely going to be jumping on top of this. One more way for me to be able to give, and to give through this company, Stephanie Speaking, gives me joy. I've joined some other organizations that I give to through the company. When she realized when running for her father that giving and performing an act of charity to honor someone you love is a source of profound well-being and joy, and it's her life's goal to share this knowledge with as many people as possible. So in 2014, Laurie Michelle founded Inspired to Give, a marketing and event company following her passionate belief in charitable giving. So we in business can also do the same. And she's making it easy for us to do this. She founded Inspired to Give, which places philanthropic giving at the cornerstone of our company's marketing program. So I'm excited to know that I'm doing this. I was just doing it from the heart. I just felt like I felt need. One of the charities that I give to, I felt a real need. They gave me a compelling story. And so I said, okay, I want to do this under the company's name. And I did. And I signed up, and I had a wonderful conversation with one of the people from there. So getting to know Laurie Michelle directly and hearing about what she's doing, of course, I want to be a supporter of that. And as president of Inspired to Give LLC, Laurie is focusing on helping corporations and the community by building prosperity through giving. So Inspired to Give and Running on Love. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. So
I sound a bit addicted, don't I?
Yeah, you know what? But that is just passion. And it's passion that's fueling your purpose. And that's so important for us, because first is the purpose, but what fuels it and keeps us going is the passion. Yes. And that's what I got from you. And that's why I said yes when you asked me, will I join?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about this sojourn, because you went from being declared deaf, profoundly so, living in New Jersey, going through a really challenging time, and making that trip to go to Israel. Just if you could give us a couple of minutes on that journey so that our listeners, because I see we've got Sherry Cook who just joined us also. Welcome, Sherry Cook. Namaste. Thank you for coming on. Share a little bit about that journey. I'm talking to Laurie. She's up. It's just after midnight right now in Israel. Isn't this awesome? Tell us a little bit about that sojourn.
Well, I was the classic marketing and sales person with a company, successful company. And I have to admit, I was not very charitable my whole life. It wasn't on my radar. Not that I'm not a nice person or a giving person, but I ran those marathons for charity to honor people I loved, and it just opened my eyes up to a source of joy. And then I found myself in the unthinkable situation of God telling me, you're going deaf. I woke up, actually I had been losing my hearing for quite a few years, but in 2009 I made a trip to the audiologist, and she said, I'm sorry, hearing aids aren't even going to help you, you're going deaf. And I was the rainmaker and the breadwinner for my family. My marketing company was run by me. And for years, people had said to me, Laurie, your Gateway, if you take Laurie out of Gateway, there is no business. I had the typical small business syndrome of doing everything. And I crumbled. I was successful. I had a beautiful home, affluent neighborhood, beautiful children, trips to Hawaii, Caribbean, happy marriage. And what this information did is it brought me to my knees. And I think that people need to know, what people need to know is, we've spoken, I believe in God profoundly and deeply. He's my everything. And when you're rocked and you're tested, you have choices to make in your life. You can crumble or you can reach higher. and I reached higher, and I changed my whole life, my whole perspective about earning money and how to earn money and what was valuable to me changed in an instant. And I walked away from my marketing company, which was a traditional marketing communications company, and I devoted my life and my life savings to running on love, which had become my source of profound healing and joy, devoting myself to giving. Someone had said to me, Laurie, you need to take your love and make it your business. And that was probably good advice and not good advice at the same time, because my love is giving and charity. And there's something counterintuitive to me about devoting all of my energy to giving and to feel like I deserve a living from it. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It feels almost wrong. And I know it's not wrong. Please don't get me wrong. Charities do wonderful work. Running on Love does fabulous work. And yes, charities and people who work for them deserve a living. But there was something broken inside of me. I just wanted to give it all away. That's what I wanted to do. So I stumbled for a few years trying to do it full time and trying to make the connection or draw the connection to profiting and still giving. And that's where Inspire to Give came in to the picture. Was I love running on love, but I'm not Oprah, and I need to make a living. So I had to come up with a formula. Why is it good for business to be giving? And how could giving be actually a source of prosperity instead of depleting us?
A source of lack, and it's not a source of lack.
No.
And Sir Charles Carey says it's not wrong. It's not wrong at all, but society has given us a skewed perspective.
Yes.
And that is so true.
Yes.
And this is why it's so important that we think for ourselves and not think what others are thinking and not speak what others are speaking, but think and speak that which is true for us.
Yes.
And that we know to be true, because the media and the rest of society would have you think otherwise.
Frowning
and quite frankly, let's think about it. Let's think about it. There are huge charitable organizations, huge non-profits out there. I'm not naming them.
Yes.
And the people at the helm are not hurting whatsoever.
No.
Back there living the life of luxury. And not to say they don't have many other endeavors that are contributing to that income as well. But one of the things that I know as a business navigator and having run large projects in the past for agencies, one of the things we try to get across, or we get across to small business owners, that people who come in and say, oh, I want to open a nonprofit, is to understand that nonprofit does not mean you don't make a profit. Well, it means you have been able to identify specifically what you're going to do with the overage for the following year.
Yes.
So there's a way in which to do that, but the people running it do need to get paid.
Well, yes, we eat too.
So we need to be clear about that.
We eat, and we eat very well. But
exactly.
So I had this dilemma. I love giving, and all I want to do is help people, but I also need. And I also wanted to convince corporations and businesses that giving is good for your business. And I wanted to prove it to them. So I formed a marketing company. No longer was I wanting to do marketing for marketing's sake and build your brand and build your website and all your communications, which I did very, very well, made a very healthy living. But what I wanted to do was inspire corporations to give back, because it's not only good for their bottom line, because it brands them as a giver, a community supporter. They get more visibility, more marketing, more search engine placement, more. But what they get back is wonderful community relations. The world looks upon them as a supporter of community and social programs. And the employees are now proud to work for a corporation that's giving back and doing something good for our world. But I went a step further, because when I was running on love, charity to me is not about shame, blame, or pain. It's about giving. It's about love. It's not important to me about curing cancer, though we want a cure for cancer. I want to support the charities that are doing research to find cures for illnesses. But the reason why I give is why people are, why they lived, not how they died. And by shifting the focus through running on love on the people that we love and doing an act of charity to honor the memory of someone we love and speak about why they were such an inspiration to us, it's a more uplifting feeling. And it gives people a better reason to give.
So you said something really critical there. You said we want to have them tell why.
Why?
The why behind that. What did this person do that makes you want to do this out of love for them?
Yes.
To talk about the people, even then when they're here now and today, and not wait until they're no longer with us.
Why wait?
Okay. So tell us how that gets done. How do they have a chance to say that? Is it going to be through the webpage that's created on the site? Tell us a little bit about the site and what that looks like. And while you're doing that, I'm going to should I put in givelovetouchlives.org?
Yes, that's the Running on Love program of Running on Love around the world for all people and participants. But for businesses, I've set up a separate campaign specific to businesses. It's givelovetouchlives.org/business. And we're calling this, it's a new program, frankly, and it's called Businesses Running on Love. And businesses can sign up and brand their business a community supporter and a giver. And when you register, it's the same 2 questions that are asked of every participant who's ever run on love, every individual. And that is, who are you honoring with your act of charity? Either in honor or memory of someone, a colleague, a friend, a family member. Businesses are run by people. We're all people, and we all love, and we all have family. So this right there, they're getting an opportunity to honor a human being with an act of charity, and they can choose any beneficiary cause that they would like. 25% of the net proceeds or donations goes to Running on Love to support the philanthropic mission of healing our world through love and charity, to focus on giving as an act of love and not, pain or blame.
And does this allow them also to have employees, if it's a business, to have employees to join as well as individuals? How does that work?
Individuals, as team members. You can form teams, you can fundraise together, you can honor a separate person. It's very, you choose who you want to honor and you choose your beneficiary. Everybody wins. And Running on Love is promoting this message of give in the name of love. Don't give because it hurts. Give until it feels great. That's what giving is. We come from a creator who's a giver. There is nothing we can do for our creator except thank you and I love you. That's it. So to emulate our creator, we need to give, and we need to enjoy the process of giving and not focus on the lack and the pain. But yes, raise funds and awareness for great causes who are doing wonderful work in our world. But the focus, the reason why, is because we love. And that's what connects us. And that's the beautiful message about Running on Love. And we're on Facebook all over the world. And we cross race, religion, all ages, run on love. Love is what we all share in common. We all love.
Well, that is the main for us, for the Christian, those are the believers, the main thing in the word that, when you boil it all down to the essence of one word, love was
Love.
Jesus was love.
Love.
Jesus is love. So that's all they're asking from us. And when we do that, it kind of encompasses everything else in our lives when we really open up our hearts. I love it in my yoga class when we do specific heart openers, especially in restorative yoga, where you're in that heart opening asana for a period of time. You're not moving from, and it's pretty cool. I see that you froze. There you are. It's pretty cool because, our instructor and forewarns for those who are new, when you're in a heart opener position, sometimes you might find that without knowing, you begin to weep. Things begin to come up because you've opened yourself up.
Very healing.
And and it is so healing. I'm telling you, it is just absolutely healing. And the more I know so many of us today are running around and we're focused on that thing we've got to do for ourselves, for our families, for our business, for whatever that is. But it's really not, because everything that we do as individuals, if it impacts the family, it's going to impact the outer world, because everyone in the family is going out into the outer world. So we're always impacting others. And I know that it's been a journey for me. I didn't know that I needed to do this. I had to wait till I was sexy 61 to finally get it. But over the years, I started seeing changes taking place. And although I'm very conscious of what I want to change and what I work on, some things were happening without my focus. And it was the opening of the heart, because I'd be like, well, what is this going on here? Why am I doing these things? Why is somebody asking me, can you help us with this? And I'm like, okay. And it's in an area that has nothing to do with what I'm normally involved in. It's nothing to do with the tribe that I'm surrounded by, minority women, small veteran business owners, and government folks. I'm like, what is this? What's happening here? And I might have shared this with you, but I heard Joyce Meyer say one morning, when you find yourself doing some things that in your flesh you would not normally do, you're getting closer to God. And when she said that, I felt a smack in the face. I was like, OMG.
Yeah.
So true, because my relationship in the last 3 years has just grown tremendously with my Creator. And I said, wow, did she say that or what? That's exactly what's been happening. So when we're talking about love, now let's bring that into the business place, into the workplace.
Yes.
If there's a way to enjoy and create communities of employees doing, engaging in this activity, doesn't that begin to open up hearts in that organization and begin to allow people to see things differently in their daily work, in their job, see things differently in themselves, which therefore changes your perspective of what you see of others or within others. I don't know, going somewhere there, don't know where I'm going. My mind is going. That's what's happening. I start thinking things through.
Wellness is an outgrowth of being joyful and being active. And that's what we promote, is active forms of love and charity. It's not just, I love you. It's showing your love. It's showing it and being charitable in the name of love. And businesses prosper this way because their employees become healthy and they're more energetic, and they're out on Facebook and social media talking about how they're being charitable at work and who they work for. So it's great for business. It's great for everyone. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with businesses prospering, Stephanie, because when we prosper, we're blessed to give more. And I'm on fire to give more. The more wealthy I become, the more I can help others. You cannot give away what you don't have for yourself.
Amen. Amen. That's good. That is real good.
Yes.
You cannot give away what you don't have for yourself. That's a tweetable moment right there, folks. Okay, I'm like going there. Okay, you cannot give away what you don't have for yourself. So if you don't have love for yourself, how can you possibly give it away to someone else?
That's
and I see that happening a lot, where especially amongst women who, there's all this claim for loving the child, and it's all about the child, but what about you?
Yes.
What about that man?
You brought up bringing yourself closer to your creator when things in your life change. And wow, here I am going deaf, a prosperous businesswoman who makes her living on speaking and hearing. And they're telling me I'm going deaf. Well, I'm talking to you by the miracle of a cochlear implant. I am clinically deaf. But what God took away from me, he gave back to me manyfold. And it really opened my eyes to really the value of what's important. Really what's important to us is giving. And love is outward. It's not inward. We receive it back when we give it away. So that's the message: is give it away, and it'll come back to you.
So tell us a little bit more about where the donations are going. So people are making through your organization, through your webpage, where, mind you, tell us about what happens when someone goes to that site. What are they going to do, and what's going to happen, and where it's going to go, where the funds are going to go. And for at Free, he says I don't believe in God, and that's fine as long as you have a greater being that you believe in, or whatever that you believe in.
Love.
I pray for you to believe in something other than just you, because this world is not about us; it's about our service to others. That's what we were put here to do. So, tell us. They're going into the site. What are you going to do next?
Right. Well, when you register, you honor someone that you love with an act of charity, and you receive a fundraising webpage. And on this page, you can personalize it and put your logo, your picture, your message, and craft your own message, who you're honoring, and select a beneficiary. Some people have selected Running on Love as their beneficiary, but there are many causes and many charities that need help that never get a nod. There's many very small charities that struggle to stay afloat. You can select one of them as a beneficiary. Running on Love's a 501c3 that receives part of the donations. And then at the end of your fundraising campaign, 75% of the net donations, after the transaction fees and all the fees are paid, will be donated by Running on Love to your designated beneficiary. So it's a major pay it forward. The mission and the goal of Running on Love is to create an atmosphere of love and giving in our world, because there are so many charitable causes and they're all competing for donations. And they're all wonderful. But if we collaborate and we do this and we get together and give because we love, and we're not so concerned about the actual plight or the reason that the person died, we're just doing it because it feels good, people will resist the inclination of not giving. They'll give because it feels good, and they'll give more. Charitable giving in general is not as strong as it should be. The percentage of annual income of what people really donate is far short of what we're really supposed to be giving. So there's something broken. There's a problem. And there's a problem in business too, because we're very concerned about our bottom line and paying our bills. So how do we meet this challenge? We make it more fun and more uplifting to give. And we open it up to have everybody join us and fundraise and donate to our campaign in honor of people we love.
I just want to mention that Sir Charles Carey says here that people don't give from the heart. They're giving from what they think is a requirement or a responsibility, but it's not really from the heart. And I don't know about others, but I find that when we are giving from the heart, man, it's so much more. I find it fun, quite frankly. I can tell you, I went to as part of my alumni annually does this big thing of an act of charity. And so and it's the Alumni Association, and in each of the campuses, they do an act of charity. So one year it was for us to go to not just a food pantry, but this is the place that supplies all of the food pantries in the state. And then they also have people that take food and drive to various locations, different people's homes who can't get out to get to a food pantry, and deliver the food. Well, I cannot tell you how much fun I had. Here we are with these humongous bins of noodles. Huge, like really high. And we had all the stuff we needed to use. And so I'm the director. I can't help myself. I'm always directing stuff, even when I say I'm not going to do that. So I've got to line up everybody in, some people responsible for getting the baggies out and handing them to the people, and someone else is responsible for scooping in, and someone else is closing it up. And we had this whole thing going in our particular bin. And there were a bunch of us. So we began to have a little bit of a competition of who was going to finish first. But it was so much fun. It was
involvement. Yes.
Scooping into this humongous bin, scooping out and filling up these plastic bags that we knew were going to go to food pantries and to people and in their homes. And we had a blast.
Physically and you were engaged and you were participating.
Physically involved.
You're not just writing a check, which is important. Involved. We need those people to write checks too. But when you're physically involved in the act of giving, it's an upliftment that's hard to describe.
It's so different.
I did a food drive in front of a supermarket years ago, and a woman took my list, went into the supermarket, and they're supposed to come out with a can of corn or something. This woman walked over to me with a shopping cart, took a little bag of groceries out of it, and I thought, this is her donation. But no, all she went in for herself was for a small bag of groceries, and she gave me the entire cart of groceries for the food pantry. Wow. She spent an hour or two shopping for people who couldn't afford food. And that's like, wow.
Amen.
And what she did to me, I mean, I was just glowing. I'm still talking about her. It's amazing.
Yeah. And those things that really impact us, we do continue positively. We want to share that good feeling. And that's the one thing I think, if we can get that across, I think what helps to give you that good feeling is, you said, you get to craft your message on your page. You get to, so I don't know if it allows you to do so or not, if you're allowed to put up a recording or something like that.
Or still pictures. Yes. You can put a video.
Awesome. Because see, now you're doing something. You're actually taking action when you let's say you record a video on there. When you talk about that person on whose name you're making this donation, or in whose name you're honoring them through this charitable act, that is, now you're putting yourself into it. See, me, I'm going to do the video because, Stephanie speaking. Hello. Got to speak.
That's what the magic is. When I ran those marathons, I was honoring someone I loved, and I got to tell stories about them. And as I was fundraising, I was saying to my friend Stephanie, would you donate $10, please, and honor the life of my father? You'd be very hard to say, nah. Nah. But if I said to you, Stephanie, they're dying of cancer over there, would you give $10? You're healthy. It's a bad energy. And I'm saying it in a deliberately negative way. But that's what it feels like. Mm-hmm. You're checking out of the grocery store, and the cashier says, would you give $2 to the food pantry after you've just bought $200 worth of groceries? So it's guilt. Well, of course I'm going to give.
Stop it! I know, because they did that in Whole Foods for a couple of years. And you're like, now you better give something. But it's so much more. Some people are moved to action through pain. I prefer pleasure.
Or love.
So if it's something that will make me, but if it's going to make me laugh, I laugh from joy.
Yes.
I laugh from joy. Joy is love, because joy is God. Not happiness.
Well, no offense to
joy.
The person who doesn't believe in God, but I have an addiction.
Yeah. But my inner joy is so close to my surface, it pops out even when I'm not even aware or looking for it. And, it just doesn't take much at all. And that's a wonderful thing to have come to this point in my life where this is happening. So I get it. I get what you're saying about infusing yourself in something. I enjoy giving to the charities that I give to. But this is different because I get a chance to talk about someone that I want to honor. That's making a difference. And I'll tell you, when we talk about being active in our giving, I've done a few things. I don't know. Boy, I'm telling you, changes have been taking place. Because, I'm not good on the cold. I'm living in the wrong part of the country right now. But I had an opportunity when someone that I knew was and that makes a difference too, had a big fundraiser going on, and they were serving food to the homeless, and they were serving, and they had tons and tons of clothing that they were giving away to the homeless or to those in need. And it was in a park, outdoors, Thanksgiving a few years ago.
Yes.
Cold.
Sorry.
But I was so grateful and thankful for what they were doing that I literally took a couple of people that I just met there, and we walked around to different shelters in the area, and I did a little presentation to get them to come out and to participate. And we saw some of the guys from one of the places, Goodwill, in fact, that came over, looked all around, sat down at the table and chairs that was set outside, had a Thanksgiving dinner. And oh my gosh, I worked the table with the clothing. Boy, I'm going to tell you, when I got home that night, I was sore. There was a lot of clothes. Yeah. We were bagging up for people. People were like thinking they were in a store. Do you have such and such giving me brand names? I thought, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This is a give here. Just take what we have and be thankful and grateful, okay? But when they started asking for brand names, I was just done. I said, "Where do you think you are?" Look, okay, you want to go there with me anyway. I was like, "Hello," but it was still such a blast. It was still so much fun. I find for me, when I'm totally physically engaged in that process,
that's the model of running on love: is action, love, and charity. These are magical ingredients that make you joyful and giddy and make you addicted to doing more when you're actively involved in the giving. So, we promote running, walking, singing, just do something, or box food, or give clothes away. Do something actionable. Yes.
Something simple. It doesn't have to be a lot. Recently, I got, this was my second time participating, but I participated in a celebrity read with United Way, and you got to choose some schools and go and read to the students. And I read in one school to, I think it was 3 different grades: kindergarten, 1st grade, and 4th grade. Understand, and for some might freak out, don't freak out, because I let people know this is just who I am. I am not child friendly.
That's okay. I'm not animal friendly. I love children. I'm not animals. Okay.
So, but I've continually done things for children. And when it comes to reading, that's a big deal for me. But it wasn't the same as in the past. It wasn't where I went in and I read the story and had fun with the kids. This time, it was engaging these children in the process of the reading of the story and getting them to answer the questions and watching their faces light up and watching the hunger in their faces as they wanted so much for someone to acknowledge them in a positive way. OMG. Can I tell you, I have not had that kind of an experience before. Not really. They're okay where they are. I can come and stay for a moment. Yeah, you just, we don't, no. I'm the oldest, okay? Been there, done that. Didn't have a life. So I said, I'm growing up to be a big kid, and that's what I'm doing. I had to be a parent when I was a child to my siblings, and I didn't ask for it. So I'm one of those many that you find that the oldest. We got laden with all kinds of responsibilities. Some love it, some of us didn't. But I got such a kick out of it because reading was so important to me. I grew up reading. So to be able to share that with children and to watch and to observe what's going on in that environment. It was a public school, and to watch the environment and in how the adults the engaged with the children, some, warming my heart, and some I had to literally say, back off, I got this. They're fine. They're fine. There's nothing wrong with them. And it's not bothering me that they're getting a little bit rambunctious because they want to answer a question. Are you kidding me? They're sharing with me and showing me how intelligent they are. So it was just so awesome to be able to give that time and to see the difference between the kindergartners and the first graders and the fourth graders. We need some work done, people, and schools system needs total restructuring. It was obvious. And to play Pencilful for a day twice, like, had I lost my mind, I did that too. I don't know what the heck that's about. But that's not me, because in my flesh, that wouldn't be me. So we know that's nothing but Creator working on me. Yes. Opening the heart to give. To give. And I'm thankful and grateful to be able to be in a place where I understand how important it is to surrender. Yes. And
that's what you've mentioned, that I'm here in Israel. I came to the Middle East to find peace.
Wow. Why did you have to go out there to find peace?
I devoted myself to my charity, and I tried to build these very big events and realized it wasn't time for those big events yet, that I needed to build the foundation by getting business to business to run on love and build the foundation. So that's what I came to Israel to do. And what place on the planet needs love more than Israel? Let me tell you, one of the things that I'm very proud of is we have an engagement of over 6,000 people now in running on love and Facebook. And a lot of the people that are engaged are both Arab and Jews and blacks and Asians and, people we love. And that's the message, is for us all to get united under the common bond of love and heal our world through love and charity. And
so tell me what is Inspired to Give LLC about, and how that connects with running.
It's a marketing company that I set up to build big 5K festivals for love. And these are they're a model of an event that will take place, but I'm building the base of all the businesses running on love first now. But I did host two of these events, 5K festivals for love. And the model is a 5K is a 3-mile run or walk. So I would have people register. We had two of these events in New Jersey already. And people would register, honor someone they love, and raise money for any beneficiary they wanted. And run or walk and show up and have a fun day. But at the event, it wasn't about cancer or multiple sclerosis or Alzheimer's. It was about the people we love. And you had an opportunity to sing karaoke for love and do fun activities that had nothing to do with the pain that we were trying to heal. It was about our family.
So we're looking at a joyful way to bring about
giving,
or to finance and to give to organizations that find or work towards the cure for whatever that thing is. But it's a way of looking at it where you're not, and you said it, you're not feeling the pain in the giving. You're feeling the joy in the giving because you're focused on an individual.
When I raised
that makes a difference.
Thousands upon thousands of dollars for blood cancer research. My father died of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And I honored him by raising money and supporting that charity. But I never talked about how he died. I only spoke about how he lived and how he inspired
He
me
lived.
and made me the person that I am. It wasn't about how he died. But the money went to a good cause who did good work in that area.
Wow. Sir Charles Carey says that was his ailment.
Ah,
Wow. I had no idea.
yes.
Mm.
A
He's a
two-time, God
two-time
bless
cancer
you,
survivor.
non-Hodgkin's
Woo.
lymphoma. My dad died in 1985 at the age of 51. He never saw
Wow.
me get married. He never knew my 3 children. But he was
Wow.
a rock. He was my inspiration. He is the very reason that Running on Love, the 501c3 charity, exists. It was my outgrowth, my love and passion for my dad that helped me found this charity. It opened my eyes.
And I can understand. I think most of the people that I remember having passed on in my life and transition, the elders, it was heart trouble. It was cancer. My dad died from cancer also. Well, he died. I mean, everything blew up on him at the last minute. It's just like, what is it? It was prostate. They took care of that. So years ago, and then it came back, but they couldn't quite find it. But then it was a number of heart attacks, silent strokes, diabetes. I mean, it was just all coming at him. So he went on February 14th, Valentine's Day. And I just thought, wow, how awesome. He's gone home to be with his sweetheart. Because my mother died in her early 50s. So I have I've gone on to live much longer, and thank you, Jesus, for that, because I haven't begun to do what I'm supposed to be here to do yet. But she died from Alzheimer's at a time when nobody knew what Alzheimer's was. And so, yeah, in her early 50s. And so that's something that has my eye, we're watching you and the research that's being done for that. And but I see it a little differently. I was taught many, many years ago to celebrate the transition more in the birth, because we know what people are coming into this world, but we celebrate the transition. We celebrate the life that they lived, and they're now out of pain and out of suffering.
The most noble and most respected people in our lives are felt more after they pass. Like, you name them. There are many famous people who are spoken about and honored more in their death than they were in their life. And when we honor someone that's passed away with an act of charity, we give an opportunity for their energy and their soul to be felt by people here now. They make a difference.
So I just want to say there's been a number of people who have been joining us. What is that? Caddy Wampus and Tariq Zoeher. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing your name. I'm doing my best here. And we just want you to know that I'm Stephanie D. Burroughs, president of Stephanie Speaking, and I'm a speaker and workshop facilitator, author, and business navigator for minority women, small veteran business owners who want to do business with the government. But I also have an area in my business called thought therapy. And a lot of what we're talking about is when we change our hearts, we change our thoughts. And so for women business owners and professionals, I do something called thought therapy, and I'm working just with them on that. But I've also been doing that for as long as I can remember. And that's what made the difference in the business owners who got the contracts and went on to do the work that needed to be done and had an awakening, because I was using the same strategies on them. And God said, do this for women business owners now, because they need to hear this now more than ever. They need to change their thoughts more than ever. So for us to open up our hearts, when we do that, it changes our thoughts, changes our speech, our attitude, our emotions, feelings, our actions, our character, So imagine when you're giving, and our speaker today, Laurie Michelle, is talking about, love, and that's because through the nonprofits that she has, Running on Love, and also her company Inspired to Give, you're able to practice giving, and the more we give, the more we're going to open hearts, because a heart opener is nothing but love spilling out. And yoga, when we do our heart openers and we're in stillness and quiet as we hold in that pose, and the heart is just opening more and more, and the weeping comes because change is taking place in us, and we begin to think differently and act differently over a period of time. So I'm going to encourage everyone to take advantage of at least going to the website. And I did post the website earlier on, and being able to, and I'll just tell them what that is, www.givelovetouchlives.org. And consider this, because it's not just about giving to, as you have said, the charities. You are giving to the charities, but you're giving in the name of someone that you love and you care about, and you get to talk about them. And whether you write about them on the webpage that you get a chance to set up, or you can do a video on there. And are they able to take that link and send it to others who may want to give to their charity?
Promote that you should take the link and post it on LinkedIn and social media, Facebook, tweet and woof.
So I'm going to encourage you all to do that, because it may just open your heart a little bit today. And you don't want to take time. You don't want to wait till tomorrow, the next day, and the next day, because there's always so much going on in our lives. So if we take advantage of it in the immediacy, when we're finished with this lab, and we started a little bit late, so I'm just going a little bit longer, so we can catch up, get caught up with everyone. I want you all to know that do it tonight. Don't wait. When I'm a now person. If I know who I am in all my mess. I tell people all the time, in my flesh, I'm just a hot mess. So I'm a now person. I got to get things done now, because in the next moment I'll forget and be on to something else. So when people ask me something, and I'll say, okay, I'm going to do that right now. And I literally stop, pause, and go ahead and do it right now. And they're like, well, what are you doing? I'm like, well, if you wait for me till later, you can forget about it. So I was just saying to you all, if anybody's out there like me and you got so much going on in your head that it's easy to forget,
do it now.
You want to do it now. Now, Sir Charles Carey is asking the question, so what's love got to do with it? It's everything.
Love is everything.
Because love is life. Without love, we don't have much of a life. One thing I should
explain is that when I crumbled and I realized I was going deaf, I looked up at the sky and I said, God, why are you taking my ears? Why? And people think that God only gives you blessings when he loves you. But sometimes God takes something away, something really valuable, in order to get your attention, to move you to something that's more important. So, God took my hearing and he gave me running on love. And running on love is a metaphor to how we all live. We use love as the motivation to put one foot in front of the next. And there were sunny days I thought would never end, like the song Fire and Rain. I was so depressed about going deaf. I thought, I can't live like this. And I found a way, by devoting myself to love and worrying about other people's problems that were bigger and more monumental than my own.
So see, that goes right in line with what Sir Charles Carey is saying here about giving for the greater good. It's really about the greater good. I once mentioned to someone who asked, a parent, and I've had these conversations frequently with people, and that is, listen, my parents I got from them the fact that we are they raise children, and parents are to raise children so that they can become productive, successful, but productive citizens, get this, of the world. Productive, successful citizens of the world. Can't do that when you're holding on to them like this and not allowing them to breathe and expand and move forward. Can't do this when you're keeping them so close. You got to let them develop their personalities and develop that sensitivity to other. Oh gosh, we didn't have those phrases when I was a kid. It was like 18, graduate high school, you get out, get a job. But for me, it was you go to college, and then you get in, and that's it. You weren't coming back. There was no coming back.
Little bird.
Okay, so you're on your own. Fly. That's what we raised you for, so you could fly. So I don't understand the whole helicopter parenting thing, but that just tells me lack of faith. But that's a whole nother conversation. But anyway, I want to just share with those of you who are on tonight. I do have a free gift for those of you who would like to just hear something on my, just something that came to me suddenly one day when I decided to do a Periscope outside, and I did, and I took that and created a audio from that, and so it's a free audio download, and you could just text the word Biz Tips. It's one word, B as in boy, IZTIPS, to 908-223-8616. And in it, I'm talking about transforming change into opportunity. Transforming change. See, what happened to you? You transformed change, a massive change in your life, the loss of your hearing, into an opportunity that's become your purpose, fueled by your passion. And it is definitely impacting the lives of others around the world. How phenomenal is that for all of my watchers and listeners? How phenomenal to be able to impact those all over the world. Just because you transformed the change, because change is growth. Yeah. It's inevitable. Without change, there's no growth. Without growth, there's no life. It's whatever you want it to be on the opposite side. So she transformed her change, a physical change, and went through the stages. What is it? 7 stages, that you go through. I think it's 7 stages, and I know anger is the first one, and somewhere in there is the fear, and somewhere in there is the sorrow, and from the loss, dealing with the loss, it's like the loss of a loved one. But at the end of the rainbow, if you can just see through the darkness and see the light at the end of the tunnel, and know that, they say, what is it? Joy comes in the morning. I wrote a post once and said, I don't know why you have to wait till the morning. Personally, I think joy is within us at all times. It never left. Okay. We just got all tripped up in the darkness. We just need to go back within and find our joy. And the minute, you do that, it will come forth, but it never left. So I know I never have the same comment that most people, I'm just, everybody says something, I got the opposite to say about it. Because
when you have adversity, you need to laugh, and you need to learn to dance between the raindrops, because the rain is just going to keep coming. It is.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that.
People say this all the time, but it's so true. You can't wait to be happy. Just like you said, don't wait till the morning. Be happy now. Yeah.
No, go find it now. And if you're finding out, if you figure that, oh, it's so difficult. Oh, I'm in so much pain. The more you say, let's go back to thought therapy. Flip that script, because what you think and you speak, you reap. So if you're thinking I'm in so much pain, or I'm so hurt, or I'm so whatever, then yes, you are. It's called self-fulfilling
I agree
prophecy.
with you, Stephanie, but sometimes it's just really hard to be happy. And I think that learning to be a giver is a way to nurture that joy in you. That we're all capable of healing. You got to know how. When I was depressed, the worst thing you could do is get in my face and say, "Come on, be happy."
Oh, no. But see, here's the thing. There's a difference between joy and happiness. Happiness is based upon something happening outside of yourself. Joy is within. It is always there. So it's a matter of seeking it out and just being still, being quiet, and going within. The minute you start doing something for someone else, an act of kindness, an act of charity, the minute you begin to do that, I don't care if you just walk up to somebody, if you're standing at a bus stop and you look to the person to your left or to your right and say a wonderful good morning to you with a smile on your face. First of all, you're going to feel good, because that act of charity will make you feel good. It will leave you experience that feeling of joy, the warmth running through your bone, your bloodstream, and the heart beating a little bit faster. And oh God, I just feel it right now. So anyway, told you, don't take much from me. If For people that, don't smile much, I tell them, look, go in the mirror and just look in the mirror and just think about something that really made you feel good, or something you heard, a place that you were at, or you went to, something that someone did for you, something you did for someone else. Just think of a time when there was something that touched you in your core, in your heart, and it opened. And the smile will come. Or you know what I've done at times? Now, this doesn't happen nowadays, but when I was working in a very stressful environment, and a lot of it was stress I brought on myself because of the recovering perfectionist, guys, recovering perfectionists. I used to turn this show on called, it was one of those things where people did really crazy things and stunts and stuff, and you'd be cracking up laughing. World's most funniest videos. If I found I went a few days, and I smile a lot, but if I found I went a few days without laughing, because laughing is so healthy for you, I turn on that show and crack up laughing. I mean, I would have such a ball just cracking up laughing. Now, for those of you who would say, "Ooh, Stephanie, that's not funny. It's mean to laugh at people when they fall." See, they were doing foolish stuff. They deserve to fall. Hello. And I laugh at myself when I do foolishness and I fall. And I have taken some falls and just literally cracked up laughing, wishing I had a camera on me so I could submit it and possibly win some money, But you got to learn to laugh at yourself, too. You got to learn to smile with yourself and for yourself. If you can do that, you can do that for anyone else. So it's been really a joy having you, Laurie Michelle, on and sharing with us all about how to take advantage of charitable giving in a simple way, in a way that honors someone else, in a way that you are actually not doing this out of pain, but out of joy. I want to just put in real quickly, as I had said to others, I had a free gift from them on transforming change into opportunities. And again, that's just text the word biz tips, one word, to 908-223-8616. And just remember to go to the website if you want, in order for you to begin this process of putting together your own webpage, honoring someone you love, and deciding on what charity you want to give it to www.givelovetouchlives.org.
And for businesses, it's just /business.
/business.
If you're a business,
put that in there again.
Run a love around the world. We need more love in our world.
Oh, goodness, do we ever. And Give Love Touch Lives. And I'm putting this in there, .org/business. This is so phenomenal because it's there for businesses to do. So if you want to give through your business, and I know I'm good for doing that, giving through the business, take advantage of this. And if you have employees, engage them in the process, share with them what you're doing, and offer them the opportunity to do the same. You've mentioned some ways in which they could do that and have a great time and have fun doing it. I love having fun. So I'm motivated by fun, not by pain, by joy, not by pain. I hope y'all are joining on that bandwagon with me. Let's leave the pain alone. Let's leave it to the side. I'm not saying it's not going to come. I'm not saying it's going to not be there, but it can be very, very fleeting if you allow it to be. We have control over that. Yes, we do. But tell them how they can have fun sharing this with their employees one more time as we get ready to close this out.
They can set up a walk or a run, or just have them join a team and think about who they want to honor with an act of charity, and they get to pick their own beneficiary. This gives the employees an opportunity to be involved with the charitable giving. Instead of it being that we're a company and we've decided we're going to support American diabetes, they get to do it, and it becomes their own giving campaign as part of the company.
Excellent. And that's so important. It's now your own giving campaign, your own giving campaign. And we've just had some new people join us. So I know we're about to close out shortly, and I'm going to give you a couple more things to think on. However, the replay will be available a little bit later on, so feel free to come back and watch the replay. And of course, I'll be putting it up on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, LinkedIn, all that good stuff. I'm all over social media. So Laurie's on social media.
Everybody could go to Facebook.com/running on love and like us on Facebook. because we do a lot of posting there. We promote businesses who are running on love, and we talk about what's important in our world, which is giving, and yeah, in touch with
And I have been on the Facebook page. I think I joined it too. I did go to the Facebook page. So that's the Facebook, and I put that in the chat box, facebook.com/running on love. And I've also put in the site where you can sign up and have your own webpage where you can do either a testimonial video by audio, video, or write in there and fix the page the way you want it to, and share that page with your network so that they too will give to whatever charity you decided to give to. And I also want you to know that, so the givelovetouchlives.org/business, if it's for a business, that's there as well. I also want to share just one more time for those of you who are in business and perhaps are thinking about one of two things. If you're a woman business owner and you know you're stuck and you need some help with your thoughts and changing your life and getting that, in order to make that next level leap, because you know some stuff is just going around and around and around in a circle, and you're just being held back from moving forward, and you don't get why, you don't understand why, you don't know what's happening. My program on thought therapy for women business owners and professionals, you can go to my website, stephaniespeaking.com, and click on the link on the homepage that'll allow you to sign up for a quick meeting with me where we can talk about where you are, what you need, what I can provide, and whether or not we're a good fit to work together. If you're a minority woman and small veteran business owners, and you want to do business with the government, and that can be public agencies, state, local, federal government, whatever your marketplace is, your niche market is, again, you can make that appointment with me through my website, stephaniespeaking.com, on the homepage. And you can also email me at navigator@stephaniespeaking.com. I would hope that when you go into the website, you'll go and you can just peruse through it. There's a lot of information there. There's some downloads that are for free. There's some things that are upcoming in terms of where I'll be speaking next. I'm really excited about an honor. I'm being honored as a woman leader for the Professional Women in Construction in the Jersey chapter. So that was a shock and an honor. But yeah, I have a long history in working with business owners in the construction industry, and actually out there on the job sites rather, ensuring that the minority business owners and later women and small business owners and were getting their fair share and out there doing the work. And it was just a lot. Contract compliance monitoring, diversity certifications, putting on huge programs like you put on a huge program for the charities. I had the opportunity to do that many times over, more than a couple of hundred times, and be able to make a difference in the lives of not only the business owner, but in those who they employed and their families. And imagine the impact that has, the ripple effect. So it's does my heart good when someone writes me and says, I learned so much from you when I heard you speak a few years back at whatever. Now, I don't even remember speaking there, but all I need to know is that I did the three things that are on my tagline: inspired, impacted, informed. So Laurie Michelle, Running on Love. Awesome. givelovetouchlives.org/business. Facebook.com. Running on Love. You saw the joy coming out in her. You saw her energy and her passion and her commitment and her love for what she's doing and how she's impacting the lives of thousands across across continents. Because we're speaking across continents. For those of you who just joined, Laurie left New Jersey and she went out to Israel in order to have an even bigger impact than what she'd already had when she was living here. And we're so grateful and thankful to you, Laurie, for all that you're doing.
You're wonderful.
I'm glad to give you this platform. I'm so glad we could do that. And all I want to leave all of you with is the light and love in me bows to and honors the light and love in you. Namaste.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.